Something that's been annoying me for a little while is this pink coolant that comes out of the Overflow bottle. I seem to clean it off, but it just appears. I recently did a coolant change on the FJ, and for the life of me, I haven't been able to work out until now how to fix this issue. What I did is I thought it was it's leaking out of the lines here, so I cable tied those. But what I think it might be is one of these hoses might be just partially blocked, and it's probably pressurizing the reservoir itself. So what I'll do is I'll pop these off, give them a bit of a blowout and a washout, and see if it fixes it. So now I think that the cable ties probably made it worse, so that's what got me thinking. So I'll pop that off. So yes, it's actually leaking out of here. So what I'll do is, as I said, I'll take that off and give it a clean out. Just discovered something a little bit unusual during the cleaning process of the overflow tube. What I found was there's a whole heap of dried coolant up underneath this lip. The way this works is this is the radiator side back down into your coolant bottle, and that's pressurized, so it's sucking coolant back into the radiator. This side, it actually breathes, I suppose, to the outside, but it breathes via underneath this little lip in the cap itself, so right up under there. And that was all full of dried gunky coolant. So it may not, this tube is actually clean, so it wasn't blocked like I thought it was. So maybe it's just up underneath here. So yeah, carefully pull that off the radiator, give it a good clean, and we'll see what happens. I'm also thinking that this doesn't need to be, or the level doesn't have to be as full as it is. So obviously I've put it right up to the full mark. If you have a look how deep that sits into the reservoir, so that can probably be lowered maybe an inch, I reckon, below the reservoir mark, or the full mark I should say, and that might help too. But what I'll do initially is I'll leave it as it is. We'll try the cleaning of the pickup. We'll see how that goes. So they're all nice and clean. Engine's completely cold, and we're at the full mark. So like I said, to show that it's completely cold. So we'll see what happens. We'll give it, as I said, a week, and I'll report back. I noticed once I cleaned that cap, that cap snapped down really hard. It's never done that before. So I'm thinking that definitely all that dried coolant up underneath that little lip on that cap's hopefully causing the issue. Well, it's been a week, still looking pretty good. The car's actually a little bit warm, and the level's still fairly high, so I'm kind of going to call that a success, but I suppose time will tell. I'm thinking if it doesn't stop that overflow, I might just drop that level down maybe an inch below the full. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, so far so good. Just on a side note, I wouldn't be pulling that one off the radiator, because it's probably a bit of a risk that you might snap off the little bleeder nipple there on the radiator itself, and then you'll be up for a radiator. So if you're going to take it apart, take it all apart off there. So carefully just slide that one off, and then be able to lift out the pickup completely out of the bottle itself. So yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with that result. I suppose time will tell. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one.